Slow, Johnny, Bashi.
Bashum, Destrosh. Welcome to Amazing World Bike Tour from Kurdistan in Iran.
We've spent about 10 days cycling in this region and it's been absolutely crazy. So let's jump straight into the adventure how we got here to the Hawraman region of Kurdistan in Iran.
As you might remember, we already got properly introduced to Kurdish life in Sakz. Our new friends convinced us to change our route.
We'll do a detour through the remote mountains of Hawraman. The coming days we'll spend on very steep roads right next to the Iraqi border. What could possibly go wrong? We're leaving Sakz to explore even deeper into Kurdistan. Today is a perfect day, it's not very hot. Maybe there will be a little rain later, but that's okay. Woo! We are buying some melon so we don't starve today and well, I think then, oh yeah, it's starting to rain right now. Okay, we need a roof, quickly. Marivan. Perfect. Did not rain for 2 weeks and now the second that we want to go, it's hailing. There's hail. It's yeah. That's cycling life. All right.
Note to ourselves, a tree is not a roof. We are already soaked when a local leads us to a pavilion in the nearby park. We cycled very far.
Approximately 1 kilometer. Well,
But at least we have melon.
that's something.
Yeah. We'll survive it. Oh, or maybe not.
Eventually the thunderstorm passes and we start pedaling out of the city and up the first mountain. By now we got somewhat used to being controlled by police and military. Back in the majority Kurdish regions of Turkey, they also had checkpoints around every town.
We just left Sakz, the hometown of Mahsa Amini. Entering or leaving the city, one has to pass by armed masked men. They belong to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, also called Sepa, a branch of the military formed after the Islamic Revolution. However, now we are sitting in a car of the Faraja, basically the general police force of Iran. In any case, our strategy is to behave friendly and open.
Hello! We are sitting here in this police car and it's great because it just started raining really strongly again.
Yes.
We were climbing the mountain here and the officers who had made a picture with us before already, they came
after us.
They came after us to pick us up and now literally pick us up with their pickup. Our bicycles you can see are in the back and they're taking us to Marivan, which is amazing because we wanted to go there anyways. It will save us a lot of time. We take a cheap room and have the perfect opportunity to edit some video material.
Apparently, this unit is tasked with patrolling Iran's border with Iraq. After taking us to their base, they shared a meal with us and let us rest until the rain stopped. They seem quite worried about us staying the night outside in our tent, so they drive us as far as they can. What a beauty. Amazing nature.
The air is really fresh here. It's so green, it's insane. And then this super old bridge, it looks to me, it's made from wood and then just some earth on top.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I would want to use it. By the way, did you see Ara's new outfit? This is a Kurdish pant. Mostly men wear it, not women. The dear officers, the drivers a little further as far as they can. Obviously we cannot show them to you. So let's go. Very cool.
Hello. Mati help.
This is the legendary car of Iran, the Nissan Abi, which literally means the blue Nissan. Blue Nissan. It's a blue Nissan pickup truck. All of them are blue and it's the name. They're built here in Iran for 50 years. But the design is from Japan and it's actually 70 years old or something. They are indestructible working horses. It's crazy. And we needed one, and after not even 5 minutes, there it is.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Sojourner. Ah, guck, hier ist der nächste Posten, deswegen konnten sie nicht weiterfahren. We just learned Sojourner is very beautiful in Kurdish. Sojourner, it's very beautiful here. Actually, I'm a little bit sad that the policeman insisted that we go to Marivan today, because obviously camping here with that view would have been amazing. The rain stops, we would have been absolutely fine, but
it wasn't the weather that worried the police officers. This road is just 5 kilometers from the border with Iraq and apparently frequented by smugglers during the night. So we took their advice and hitched another ride. Hitchhiking is very easy in Iran, even with bicycles.
it's already dark when we reach the next city, where we get dropped off at a guest house.
Our room in Marivan.
Our room comes with an eastern toilet, but no toilet paper or towels. As Iranians do not enter with their shoes on, they have slippers everywhere. The room also features a carpet, a blanket without a cover, and a brush to keep the carpet clean. We end up spending 4 nights here. While Arif is a bit under the weather, we are at least making some progress with another video. We're leaving Marivan today, and because we go into the mountains now, we need to buy some supplies, especially bread would be awesome. So let's see what we can find here.
Iranians literally go nuts on nuts, and we also spend a couple of millions on nuts.
Do you know where we can buy bread? On the right side. This bag of nuts was a little over 2 euros. It's actually not very cheap, but it's nuts. Big convenience stores or supermarkets are not very common in Iran, especially in smaller towns and the countryside. Due to the sanctions and the terrible exchange rate of the Iranian rial, there are not many imported goods.
It makes grocery shopping a little adventure, as most shops only offer a small and specific range of local products.
Zwei nehmen vielleicht? Ah, nee, eins. Tomatoes for 10 toman, which is 10,000 toman, which is 100,000 riyal, which is 20 cents. We have a staggering amount of elevation gain ahead. We expect some very tough days. The temperatures are also rising now at the end of May. We took a wrong turn and had to ride back. Now we are making this little break before we really have to start climbing into the mountains. Aro is not really fit today.
I was sick for 3-4 days.
Yeah, so today is the first day cycling again. Let's see how far we can go with melon power.
It's going uphill almost all the time, so we have to take many little rests.
A man just came and gave us dolma, Iranian dolma, which is without meat, just rice and saffron, I guess, and a chicken and some bread.
We made the mistake to stop for 10 minutes here and we've been invaded. Can you say attacked by these creatures.
Okay, let's go.
These creatures.
Come on, let's go. Come on, go. Go. Go, you can jump. Come on, I believe.
Oh my god.
They're everywhere. No, that's not good. Go away.
Now I am afraid if they are in my clothes. Kan das sein? Warte.
The whole valley seems to be the home of an incredible amount of grasshoppers. They are everywhere. We decided to go through the mountains. It's very, very steep and it's a little bit hot. You can see that we are sweating a little bit. And this is just the beginning. So we're really excited for tomorrow when we go over the mountain over there. It is a Wednesday evening. So in Iran, that's the equivalent of a Friday evening. People that can afford spend the night outside making barbecue in the countryside. Anywhere we go, anywhere we look, we see little fires lit and people here having their barbecue sizzling over a little fire. Behind these mountains is Iraq. We came from that direction. Tomorrow we will continue up this mountain to Hawraman, which is supposed to be stunningly beautiful. Not like this, I mean. Well, I don't know how it can get better, but yeah. We're pretty tired from this day, so I guess we'll hit our air mattresses very soon and call it a day. We are about 2 or 3 kilometers from the Iraqi border, which is right behind this mountain ridge. Been invited for tea cooked over the fire, so it has a very smoky aroma. Or as Arf likes to call it, slight taste of cow dung. I do not agree. I think it's like smoky ham.
Salam. Oh. تستطرش به امینات.
I mean, this is so beautiful, but also so steep. But soon we are at the top, I think. I can see it, I think.
This is the top. I can't believe this.
Hello. Hi. We made it. Hello. Nice.
On their way back out of the valley, we meet 3 bike tourists from Iran: Hussein, Ahmad Reza, and Hadi.
We ask if they know a place for lunch, and they do. In the village, another 300 meters of descent down the valley. Now, take it from a cyclist that at least made it to Iran. I'm not the most sportive guy, but those guys are nuts and we're loving it. They did this downhill you just saw just to eat kelane with us, and they have to go in that direction, so back up again. They're going even further down with us to spend the night with us on a beautiful place that they camped already. So amazing! Oh, and this guy, this guy, by the way, he took his bike up to the Mount Everest base camp. I mean, this is nuts.
I'm crazy.
They already had kalane for lunch at this place. However, they explain that one cannot eat too much kalane.
But this is the typical yogurt drink, duk, called here, similar to Turkish ayran, but tastes different though. After another 200 meters of descent with the guys, we camped together at the place where they had stayed the night before. The next morning they climbed back up where we all came from, while we continue further into the massive gorge. Hello, salam. Hello. Okay, irgendwas, das aussieht wie ein Restaurant. Hello, hello, salam. We're in Selin, which is almost the lowest part, I think, of the whole Hawraman Valley, and we really need to do some shopping because we're out of food. And here we can find a lot of vegetables, onions, tomatoes. That's amazing. So, hi. Camera okay? Yeah? Oh, cool.
Hello.
Finally, we found a restaurant in Selin. Yes, and I saw it has a very nice view.
What was the name of this dish?
Hawrama.
Hawrama?
Yeah.
Hawrama. Really good. Basically it's stewed lamb with a lot of fat, rice and tomatoes. It's really tasty. If you followed our Around the World series from the beginning, you probably know that climbing mountains is not my strongest suit. It's not, I mean, it's better than before, but this is really nuts. I think this is more than 10% on average, and if I look at the front, I just want to puke. Believe it or not, but it's the second time this day that we climb up from this lake. Are we masochistic? I don't know. I mean, I really struggle climbing, but maybe I like the pain and the sweating.
Not so far anymore. Only 200, 250 meters of climb, and then it's just downhill.
This valley is so remote, and I mean, imagine how remote this was before they started building these roads. And even with the roads, it's pretty difficult to get here. I imagine in winter time, for multiple months, it's probably almost impossible to get in and out. But before they build the roads, I mean, it's almost unbelievable how difficult it must have been. So I guess someone wants to say hello again. It's probably like the 20th time today. It's always funny. Now we are having a break anyways, so that's nice. What I was about to say, they speak different Kurdish here. Because it's so remote probably. So they cannot really understand the other Kurdish people from other regions, which is interesting.
Matthias, they are asking where are you from?
Hello.
From
Germany.
and from Armenia.
Hi. But there's a village at the top, right here, and you can't imagine what I would give for some water or a shower. A shower! The kingdom for a shower!
I think we are already 3 or 4 days without a proper shower. So we reached the closest village and now we are taking some water from the locals.
Ah, that's amazing, because that means we can camp here at the top and don't need to go down, which is much better for us. Great. Ah, very good. I feel great. That's like a shower. It's amazing. Hello. 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 Huh? Oh! Oh! I forgot my gloves. Oh, that's so great. Where did I put the... Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ansa. Thanks.
Careful, man.
Thank you, bye bye. Slow. Hello, hello. Slow, Johnny, Bashi, Korshalbum. That's my Kurdish. Have a nice day. The evening rush hour. Hello, Flau. Look at this.
Oh my god. Wow.
I think we found our camp spot for the night. Right ahead. if we can get the bikes up there.
We've been cycling fully loaded on rough roads with thousands of meters of elevation gain under the glaring sun for 3 days now. Due to the extreme terrain, the road often climbs at inclinations of 15% and more. Until around 7 or 8% we just get a lot slower, but every additional percent adds pain and suffering.
I already sweat a lot in general, but here it's off the charts. I struggle to stay hydrated despite drinking well over 7 liters a day. We are extremely exhausted.
Unbelievable.
It was quite an effort to get our bikes here, but now we have this beautiful camp spot.
Beautiful.
Where we'll be alone.
It's
And I mean,
epic.
look at this.
It's a wonderful camp spot.
The next morning we can't help ourselves. The area is so empty that we take the risk of one quick low altitude drone shot. The next 2 days we rarely found the energy to pick up the camera. We needed rest before the next brutal mountain passes. However, we did not find proper food nor accommodation. Here, in the remotest part of the valley, was literally nothing.
Now that's refreshing. Oh, God.
We're going to Pave. Very good. So much stuff is going on. We are in Kamera.
Still speaking. Okay. Arman.
Okay, I have to update you later. I cannot count the times Arif lost her sunglasses, but magically, I mean, okay, let's try to put this together. We drove with this Nissan Abi from a town called Ramansar over the mountain here to Kamyaran. They took us, but before we asked him if he could take us, but in his Nissan Abi is a fuel tank, so he couldn't take us. He felt so sorry. He turned back around to invite us to his home while we were in the other Nissan Abi. So he followed us. When we got out of that other Nissan Abi, Arif lost her sunglasses, but we went with him and only found out about it later. But he's his nephew.
No,
right, he's your uncle, but
no, my friend is his nephew.
Ah, okay. So he has a friend, which he is the uncle of, but they are also friends, and he's working for the police, so they could run the license plate that we had of a picture of the other Nissan Abi to get the phone number of those nice people. They just gave us back the sunglasses. Okay, maybe you couldn't follow. but end of the line is we are very lucky. Everyone is extremely helpful. We love Kurdistan. That's it.
I can take video from you, Alice, if you want. I can take it from you. Give it to me and go you.
Okay.
Go.
So because I lost my hat also when we were riding the Nissan Abi, we are now buying a new hat. Also der ist an sich glaube ich gut, aber wir brauchen wieder so ein Bändel dabei.
Yes, that one is better.
Look, I can even do this.
We can go another shop if you don't like it.
No, actually I like the idea that the air can flow through this.
You want bigger?
Not necessarily. Oh, what do you think?
I think it's okay. Matthias, do you have everything?
I have a new hat and I have allergy medication for my eyes and my nose. So nothing can stop us, we hope.
Not the same thing.
No Kurdish.
The women have been preparing dinner. To pamper us, they cooked a traditional Kurdish dish that is typically reserved for special occasions.
So what was the name of this dish? Khoresht halal.
Khoresht halal is a flavorful stew commonly prepared from lamb or chicken, like barberries, dried limes, massive amounts of slivered almonds and even rose water served on saffron rice, a delicious multi-sensory adventure.
We've had an incredible time in Kurdistan.
Which we will leave today, as we are making our way to Hawraman, which is the first city that at least we meet here in Iran with a Persian majority population. So this will be a change. Some of you recently mentioned in the comments that the stories of our journey have given them confidence or even strengthened their trust in humanity. This means so much to us. Facing the massive challenges ahead of us and even more so future generations, we believe it to be essential to reassure ourselves that most people want to do good and will do so if they feel they can.
Now, if you want to help us spread the word about our project, please share our videos with your family, friends, colleagues and fellow cyclists. To be able to make videos a little longer, we could really use a lot more viewers, and of course,
with every like you enable more people to discover our journey, which is fantastic.
You can also join our amazing contributors and support us via buymeacoffee.com/airworldbiketour. Thank you very much.
And may the wind be in your back.
See you in Hamadan.